The Run got next branded NBA. The Run launches in 2026. 3 versus 3 street basketball game goes official. So this is pretty interesting news to see right here because some of the information that I was able to gather when it came down to this game and everything like that. Obviously, with 2K being the big hit when it comes down to NBA games and everything like that, basketball games that are out, it seems like they're kind of the main staple when it comes down to that, and they have been for years. So the fact that we have another basketball game that's going through with the NBA, I think is actually pretty good because of the fact that one, it gives some competition for 2K. So you know what I mean? There is going to be that kind of not necessarily competitiveness between the two because they do seem like they are very different games, but it will be one of those things where, you know, the fact that fans aren't going to just be able to go to 2K when it comes down to their basketball fix, they can also go to other games is something in my opinion can breed some good competition between the two. Now, obviously, with them being very different type of basketball games, there is going to be that type of differentiation between them. So obviously with 2K, it's more of like a legit basketball game in the sense that it is just like the NBA. You are playing, professional games and everything like that. Well, this game right here, the Run, seems that it's going to be going for more of like a street ball kind of a thing, which is pretty cool. So it's kind of like whichever one you want to play as. And the fact that from the looks of it and everything like that, we'll watch the trailer right now in a second. It seems as though this is kind of going similar to the same vein as like a NBA Street, which is pretty cool. You know what I mean? Especially as someone that grew up playing those games, NBA Street, NFL Street, NHL Street, those types of games. It is kind of dope to see that they are kind of going in that direction a little bit because of the fact that that was one of the great things when it came down to sports games back in the day was the fact that there were different types of games that you can play when you have like when it came down to like MLB, the Slug, Blitz, Street, those types of games. There was obviously they're all sports games, but they were able to kind of give sports games like a little bit of a different style in their own way. And especially someone like myself growing up, when I was really young, I would play like NBA Hang Time and stuff like that. I never really got into NBA Jam just because that was kind of a little bit, no, I don't want to say before my time because that was, I guess technically that would be my era as well. But I remember one of my cousins, he had NBA Hang Time. So that was always the one, that was like my starter when it came down to that type of basketball 3v3 type of game. So seeing that they're doing this, I think is pretty dope because of the fact that I was someone that loved playing NBA Street, and you know what I mean, being able to kind of go in that vein, especially from the looks of it and everything like that, I think is pretty cool. Now, I will say one of the things I think is a little bit, I don't want to say jarring, but I feel like it is a little bit weird the way it is the art style that they're going for, where they're doing kind of like that I think it's like the cell shading, where it does kind of have almost like that comic book type of look to it, which is a little bit weird in my opinion for like a basketball game like this. But again, I think it is one of those things they are trying to go in that route to kind of differentiate it from the 2K games and everything like that, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. And yeah, so just going to read this little section right here. So the July 2024 announced 3 versus 3 street basketball game, The Run Got Next, has been rebranded NBA The Run and will launch for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, and PC via Steam in 2026. Developer Play by Play Studio announced. So yeah, man. Again, it is pretty cool to see that the NBA is starting to kind of license out their players and everything like that to be able to do other games and everything. So hopefully this will kind of be the start of like a new era of like sports games kind of branching off instead of just having games like 2K being the official ones for basketball and that's it, or like Madden being the only ones you see for like football. Maybe it'll be one of those things we'll be able to get some games kind of like Street again or Blitz or with baseball like the Slugfest and stuff like that. So who knows? I mean, hopefully we'll be able to see where it goes in that direction, but only time will tell. So we'll just have to be a little bit patient, wait and see. But yeah, we'll go ahead and check out this trailer and then see how the game looks. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and actually make sure that the angle looks good, and then we should be good.
Don't cough, don't sneeze. It's time to believe, people. We are here. Come on, Gaio, get out the way. We've been waiting a long time for this one, yo. What?
And I just want to say I love that, just hearing him kind of say something like that. Like we've been waiting a long time for this, and I feel like it is interesting to hear because again, the fact that it's been so long. Because I think the only other game, the basketball game that's been like an official NBA game since 2K was I think back in 2016, if I'm not mistaken. I think I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but I think it was way back then, so almost 10 years ago. So seeing that we're getting something else come out differently, I think that's some good news to see.
Yes! The game will never be the same. You ready to suit up? We got next. I've witnessed the future, and I've seen change, drastic change, and that change is here. Ooh, we just getting started, y'all. NBA The Run. Ready for this? Wish list now.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, again, I think it's really cool that we're able to kind of see something that's so different from what we're used to, kind of a thing. But I will say, again, the art style I feel like just looks a little bit weird to me. The fact that they decided to go in that direction when it comes down to again the cell shading, it does look a little bit weird. And just like I'm gonna be honest, some of the kind of design for it and everything, like you look at the people in the background, they look a little bit funny, they look a little bit weird. And uh and not only that, but just kind of the way that the players kind of move around. Now, obviously, it's stating that it's going to come out in 2026, so we still got a few more months and everything like that before we actually see official gameplay and all that type of stuff. But yeah, it just does look a little bit weird the way the players are kind of moving and everything like that. The way that they're kind of going around right there. It looks a little bit kind of like slow in that aspect of the gameplay, but who knows? Hopefully, it'll be one of those things like NFL, I mean NBA Street, where you know what I mean. It'll be kind of like a smooth experience because those games they were fun to play, back in the day and everything like that, and obviously, again, it isn't 2K, it is its own game. So hopefully they'll kind of keep it in that same vein where it does have its own style and it is something that players will be able to really enjoy and be able to get that experience when it comes down to like those older type of sports games and everything like that. So I'm excited for this, man. I'm genuinely looking forward to seeing how this game is going to perform and how it's going to do as far as, basketball games and as far as fans of basketball and the NBA and everything like that, how they're gonna feel about this game once it comes out. So I'm gonna be interested in trying to keep an eye on as to how this is gonna play out. So yeah, so I think this is some good news and something to look forward to as far as seeing different games coming out when it comes down to these sports, the sports genre and everything like that. I'm kind of hoping that this is gonna again be like a new era of more games that are going to be coming out other than just like the main lines that you always see when it comes down to this. So those are my thoughts on that. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section. If there are any sports fans out there, NBA fans, are you looking forward to this? And does this look like something that you're going to be playing? I have a buddy of mine that he loves, 2K. So I am going to try to get his opinion on this and see how he feels when it comes down to a game like this coming out and being able to kind of get that experience of playing something like Street from back in the day. So if you guys can let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments, if you guys could like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you guys been watching this long, I really appreciate it. It means a lot. And yeah, until next time, Harmonic out. Peace.